Welcome back to my video. In this one, I'm going to reveal 6 powerful things your cat might be trying to tell you, and why ignoring them could be a huge mistake. If you've ever looked at your cat and wondered what's really going on behind those curious eyes, you're in the right place. Let's start with something truly extraordinary. Number 1. They can sense when something's off with you. Although we're often the ones doing all the work, feeding our cats, cleaning their litter boxes every day, it turns out that having a cat can actually benefit you too. Cats have an incredible ability to pick up on things that go far beyond what humans can sense. Their noses are finely tuned to detect even the tiniest chemical changes in the air, including those coming from your own body. When you're feeling unwell, your scent and body chemistry shift in subtle ways. While these changes might go unnoticed by you, your cat picks up on them almost immediately. And when they sense that something isn't right, they often respond with quiet but powerful actions. Many cat owners have seen their pets act differently when they're sick. Some cats stay close, purring and cuddling as if they're offering comfort, while others may gently paw at you or keep a close watch, never straying too far. One incredible example is Billy, a 7-year-old rescue cat from the UK. In August 2022, his owner, Sam Felstead, suffered a heart attack in her sleep. While her body began to shut down, Billy somehow knew something was seriously wrong. He jumped onto her chest, pawed at her, and meowed non-stop until she finally woke up. Even though she was confused and half asleep, she realized she needed help and called emergency services. Doctors later confirmed that she had suffered a heart attack and needed urgent care. They told her that if she had stayed asleep, the outcome could have been much worse. Billy's unusual behavior that night wasn't just a random act. It may have saved her life. He sensed the danger and he simply couldn't ignore it. If you believe our cats deserve more recognition, give this video a like. Number 2. They know who they don't like. Sometimes your cat's reaction to a person is so strong it's hard to ignore. One moment everything's peaceful, then someone walks in and your cat suddenly freezes, bolts, or stares with wide, unblinking eyes. It feels like something changed instantly. While you might think it's just your cat being moody, there's often something deeper going on. Cats are incredibly tuned into their environment and can pick up on subtle cues we overlook, like a change in someone's posture, tone, or even scent. While we listen to what people say, cats focus on how they move and the energy they give off. So even if someone seems perfectly nice to us, your cat might be picking up on something that feels off. And that's often reason enough for them to keep their distance. And sometimes, weeks or months later, you find out your cat was right all along. There are even cases where someone who appears friendly to humans treats animals poorly when no one else is around. Since cats can't tell us with words, they use behavior, like hiding, hissing, or avoiding someone, to get their message across. Of course, not every reaction means danger. Cats have their preferences too. But if your usually calm cat acts scared or upset around the same person every time, it could be a sign worth paying attention to. So, if you get the sense that your kitty might be trying to warn you about somebody, then trust your gut. Number 3. They might be the first to spot danger. Even the smallest change in the environment, or something far more life-threatening, can awaken a cat's powerful instincts in an instant. Let me tell you the story of Basil, a clever tabby cat from Wales. One day in 2015, Basil became fixated on the gas meter in his home. He kept pacing back and forth between the box and his owner, meowing urgently, clearly trying to communicate that something was wrong. At first, it seemed odd, even a little funny. But as Basil's owner approached the meter box, the reason for his behavior became immediately clear. A strong smell of gas filled the air. It turned out there was a serious gas leak, one that could have led to a major disaster. Thanks to Basil's persistence, the leak was discovered and fixed just in time. His quick thinking and sharp instincts may very well have saved lives. And stories like Basil's aren't rare. In Japan, following the 2011 earthquake and tsunami, researchers found that many pet owners had noticed their cats and dogs behaving strangely in the days leading up to the catastrophe. Cats in particular became more vocal, nervous, or agitated, almost as if they could sense the seismic shifts before they happened. While science is still catching up to fully explain how they do it, one thing's clear: when your cat is acting unusual, especially if they're trying to lead you somewhere or seem unsettled, it's worth paying close attention. That odd behavior could be their way of saying something's not right. When your cat is trying to tell you something, listen. You never know, they just might save your life. Number 4, they want you to know someone needs help. Cats are often criticized for being aloof or too independent, but a true story that took place in Moscow in 2015 might just change the way you see them. One freezing winter morning, as people rushed to work, a stray cat began blocking their path, meowing and circling their legs, clearly trying to lead someone somewhere. Most assumed she was just looking for food or shelter. But when one kind person finally followed her, they discovered the truth: an abandoned newborn baby, wrapped in a blanket, lying helpless in the cold. What followed was nothing short of incredible. The cat had stayed with the baby through the night, curling her body around the child to provide warmth and protection. She never left its side, and as soon as daylight came, she began seeking help in the only way she could, by stopping strangers on the street. Her efforts paid off. The baby was rushed to the hospital and survived, something doctors said wouldn't have been possible without the warmth and care the cat had given. The stray, later named Masha, didn't just help, she saved a life. And even after the ambulance took the baby away, she ran after it, as if making sure everything would be okay. Stories like this remind us, when your cat meows non-stop or seems unusually focused on something, it may not be about food or play. It might be their way of trying to tell you something truly important. Number 5, they can feel a storm coming. Back in the days before weather apps and Doppler radar, do you know what sailors relied on to warn them about approaching storms? Surprisingly, it wasn't a fancy tool, it was the ship's cat. These feline companions weren't just expert rat hunters, they were also mysterious little weather forecasters. And believe it or not, your house cat still carries that remarkable ability today. Cats are incredibly sensitive to changes in atmospheric pressure. Long before thunder rumbles or rain begins to fall, your cat may already be on high alert. You might notice them acting a little twitchy, heading for shelter, or suddenly refusing to go outside. That's because they can sense subtle environmental shifts that completely fly under our radar, like drops in air pressure or even the static charge that builds before a lightning strike. So if your cat suddenly drops to the floor, rolls over, and then zips inside with their tail puffed up, don't be surprised if a storm rolls in shortly after. While we rely on fancy forecasts and flashing alerts, your cat just tunes into the world the old-fashioned way, with instincts honed over thousands of years. Number 6, they notice even the tiniest change in light. You've probably experienced this. Your cat suddenly freezes, eyes locked on an empty corner of the room, ears twitching, body tense. Then, out of nowhere, they bolt or hiss at what seems like absolutely nothing. While it might feel like your home has a ghostly visitor, there's actually a scientific reason behind this strange behavior. Cats can detect changes in light that we can't see, like the flicker of a fluorescent bulb or subtle reflections off a surface. Even more impressive, they can see ultraviolet light, which is invisible to human eyes. So while we see a blank wall, your cat might be seeing patterns or movements we'll never notice. What seems like thin air to us could be full of details for them. Their senses are simply tuned to a different frequency, one we're not part of. And while it's not supernatural, it's still a little eerie in the best possible way. If you found this video enlightening and inspiring, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a moment of uncovering the amazing things your cat is trying to tell you.